Hi everyone, Janie here. Welcome back to my garden. We got our first rain of the season. It is such a relief. It feels so good to get the first rain of the season. The girls both wore jackets to school today, so that California blood, it runs deep. I absolutely love the first rain of the season because it kind of just cleans everything off. Everything gets really, really dusty here over the summer, especially because we get absolutely no rain during the summer. Like I'm talking 0.0 inches of rain, and things get really, really dirty and really dusty. So having that first rain to kind of wash everything off makes all the difference in the world. And I even feel like the air feels cleaner. So the first thing I want to do today is I need to turn back my sprinkler timer on my meadow. Look at how good my meadow is looking, you guys. I am so incredibly happy with it. So this is our leach field right here for our septic system. So I couldn't really plant anything with significant roots over it, but having these grasses here is absolutely perfect. And I love the look, and I'm going to leave them long like this. So this is a California native no-mow grass, meaning you can leave it long. You can mow it up to 4 inches if you want to, but I don't think I'm going to do that unless I need to like kind of spruce it up a little bit. I really want to leave it long and have it like kind of folded over like this. I think it looks absolutely beautiful. So I still have some places that need a little bit more work. I've got some weeds in here I got to deal with. Here you can see my sprinkler, what I've been using. And this, unfortunately, is connected to this hose that crosses our driveway right there. So that is not ideal, but once this grass gets established, we're not going to have to water it as much. We're only going to have to water it like once a week, even if that, and we can let it go brown if we want to in the summer and let it have that kind of wheat look to it and not even water it at all, which is why I chose this type of grass as opposed to like a sod or something like that over this area. And I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. But what I need to do today is I need to turn back the schedule for the timer schedule for the sprinkler, because right now it's been going 3 times a day, and that is just too much now with the changing season. So this is what we're using for watering the meadow to get the meadow established, because I sowed seed there and I had to make sure the seed germinated and stayed consistently moist while it was germinating. It's germinated, it's all good, and now I need to back it off, and I'm not totally sure how to do it, so I got to kind of mess with it a little bit. All right, so I've got this set to start watering at 8:30 a.m. I'm choosing it at 8:30 a.m. Normally, if you're going to water your lawn or your plants, you want to water before sunrise, just before sunrise happens. That's the best time of day to water. But we have all our other drip irrigation system running, and we're on a well, so we can't put too much demand on the well. So we have to make sure that this starts after the whole drip irrigation system runs through and finishes. So that's why we're starting at 8:30. And then I'm running it for 10 minutes. We were running it for 30 minutes when it was really, really hot, but I think 10 minutes is totally fine. I'm going to do it every single day for now. I will turn that down to every 3 times a week or something like that as the winter goes on, and then it's set on auto. So really it's not bad. It's pretty easy. These things are so easy to just hook up to your hose bib if you don't have like a manifold to hook up your drip irrigation system. And then you can pretty much hook anything to here, whether it's a hose or whether it's an adapter, to bring it down to either a 1/2-inch tube or a 1/4-inch spaghetti tubing for your drip irrigation. All right, so that's all done. The meadow is all set now. So this is a mixture of 3 different native grasses, and this is just one grass. I'll put the name of it. I can't pronounce it. It starts with a P. This is just one grass, and I ended up getting this at Annie's Annuals. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in there and I'm going to dig out clumps of this specific grass and move them over to this area, and dig out clumps of this grass and move them over to this area. This grass is in the seed mix over here, but since this was a mix, I think I need to kind of spread it out a little bit. You can kind of see the difference. This is a little bit less bright green, and it's a little bit more coarse. This is just so beautiful. I absolutely love this. If you guys have ever been to Southern California, the coast, like Santa Barbara or Montecito, they have a lot of these grasses there, and they leave them long like this, and it looks so beautiful in those gardens. So that was kind of this inspiration a little bit. And my plan is actually, I probably should do that today. My plan is to sow California poppies in this, so the poppies will grow up in between the meadow, and I'll have little pops of orange when it's California poppy season. Maybe I will do that right now. Delivery time. These are new jeans. So the best time to direct sow seeds into your garden is when the first rains start and when the weather starts to cool down a little bit. So if you get rains throughout the season, obviously you can't go by the first rains, but think about when the temperatures start to cool, and you want to make sure that whatever seeds you're sowing, flower seeds, they're going to be hardy enough to stand the cold of your winter. Now these are California poppies. These are from the sweetest woman named Zari. She's from Union City, and I met her at an event this past season, one of my Best for the West events, and she, if I remember correctly, she gardened with her father, and he loved California poppies. So these are her father's California poppies, and she gave me all of these to sow into my garden. So a huge thank you to Zari. I hope I'm saying your name right. But my plan is to sow these because these grow on the sides of the freeway. Like, these are all over California. It's actually, is it illegal? I don't know if it's a myth that it's illegal to pick them, but all kids in California are told that it's illegal to pick California poppies because it's our state flower. I'm pretty sure it is illegal. Anyway, if you are going to sow these, sowing these in the fall is the best time to do it. And then they kind of root in, and then all winter long, they establish themselves, and then come spring, they're ready to go, and they're ready to bloom, and they're beautiful. Now, I will say one thing though, if you're going to sow California poppies, these guys spread everywhere, and I mean everywhere. So by sowing these in my meadow, I am committing to the fact that these are going to spread all over my garden. And you know what? I'm totally fine with that. I'm okay with that. I don't think having plants spread is technically a bad thing. A lot of people are, say, oh, it's invasive. Oh, it gets everywhere. Oh, it's going to take over your garden. But sometimes it's kind of a nice thing. I did a garden tour at my friend Fanula's house, who owns Cottage Gardens of Petaluma, and she thrives in plants that spread themselves. She thinks she talks about it making her garden alive and the plants choosing where they want to live. And I just love that. I think that's so beautiful. And so I think about that with California poppies just like this. Yes, they're going to get everywhere. Yes, I'm going to have California poppies over here in the long border and probably in my zigzag planter, but they're so easy to pull, and sometimes it's kind of fun to see poppies popping up everywhere, and they only bloom for a short period of time during the spring, so it's not too much to worry about. So here's the poppy seeds. They look exactly like the poppy seeds you would get in a poppy seed muffin. I wouldn't eat these though. Oh my gosh, can you guys hear that rooster next door? He's crazy. Okay, and all done, easy enough. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to water them in. Well, I guess I technically have to water them in because they're getting watered in anyway from the sprinkler system. But that's one of the benefits of sowing them in your meadow. So hopefully those will grow. I will be watching out for the seedlings and making sure when I weed that, I don't actually pull the poppy seedlings, because sometimes those can look a little bit like weeds. So you just have to know what you're looking for. Next thing I want to do today is I want to refill some of my bird feeders and my water fountain. These birds have been going nuts, you guys, and it is so exciting. Look at this. Look at my finch feeder, my Niger bird feeder. It's gone. It's completely gone. They've even started it on this one, which is really exciting. I do want to hook this up to drip irrigation. I don't think I'm going to do that today. I'll just fill it with water. But this one right here, I want to empty out because the seeds got wet and I don't want them to get moldy. Honestly, I didn't think it was going to rain last night. So I just want to pour this out and put another scoop in. That's the problem with platform bird feeders. Maybe I need to invest in one that has a cover over it. But that's okay. All right, so fresh black oil sunflower seeds. Now I have another one of these thistle seed or Niger seed bags, these guys, so I will just replace it. I didn't end up buying a Niger birdseed feeder because I couldn't find one at the store. The only thing I could find were these. So I want to use these up. I have, I think, 2 more of these, and I have another sock over there by the gazebo that they've been eating on. But I think next I'm going to buy some bulk Niger birdseed and a Niger birdseed feeder for the finches, because there have been tons and tons of finches here, which is so exciting. Oh, look at the bee. How cute. Okay, all done with the birds. I refilled the platform feeder. I put another Niger bag there. Niger or Niger, I don't know how to say that. I'm pretty sure it's Niger, like the country. I'm pretty sure that's what I read. And then I refilled this and kind of cleaned her out a little bit. I need to get a scrub brush and come and scrub it out as well. I wanted to give you guys an update on the little solar fountain that I have here that's surrounded by rock. It is, like, I like it. It's really, really great. This bird fountain right here is actually a fountain. It does have a motor to it in here. See down in there, it has a motor and it has a plug, but the only problem is that we don't have power out to our garden yet. We are having an electrician come in the next month or so, I don't know when, to hook up power over to the gazebo in the center island, so that when we install our fountain over there, our boulder fountain, it has power. And then when the electrician's here, I'm going to ask him to put power in other spots in my garden so I can have more fountains in my garden. But in the meantime, we don't have anything over here. So I just got this cheap solar fountain from Amazon, which I liked because it had this surrounding of like fake rock. I just thought it looked really pretty, especially with this fountain here. Now, to say it works well, I don't know. It works really, really well on a perfectly sunny day. Perfectly clear, perfectly sunny day. It works amazing. But in the mornings and in the evenings, when the sun is, like in the mornings, the sun's just coming up, or the evenings, the sun's just going down, it doesn't work at all. It needs to have direct sun on it. And even today, when it's a little bit overcast like this is as much as it's going. And on a sunny day, it'll get up to here. So, like, it's good for what it is, but it's not the same as like a motor fountain, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So it's great if you don't have power or you don't want to deal with plug-in motor or anything like that. It's fantastic, but there are definitely limitations to it. And there we go. Look it, the sun came out and it's working at full capacity now. So you can see how high it actually gets when it's full sun. So the next thing I want to do today on this beautiful day is I want to plant up my containers in front of the metal workshop. I want to plant them up with fall containers. I did it last year and they looked so beautiful. They looked gorgeous. And I have to say, my stock tanks that I planted up here, I am absolutely in love with these guys. I love the combination. I think it looks so beautiful. I wish I got the same combination for the containers in front of my metal workshop, but I didn't. I'll remember that again for next year. But let me show you the metal workshop containers. So here they are right here. I have to say, I love these containers. I think they're so beautiful. And with the arborvitaes in them, they just look gorgeous. They take this not so pretty metal workshop that was here when we moved into this house, and they make it, I don't know, they just make it so much prettier. So I cheated. I actually came over here just now and I ended up cleaning out these pots because the plants that I had in these pots still technically looked good. And that's the really, really hard thing with fall container planting is you kind of have to take out your summer plants before they're totally ready to be taken out. Like I had Supertunia Tiara Blue in here, I had Unplugged White, I had Diamond Frost Euphorbia in here, and I had some Dichondra Silver Falls. And it was really, really pretty. It was a gorgeous, gorgeous container, and honestly, it would have lasted me until the first frost, maybe even a little bit past the first frost. but I didn't have the colors that I wanted it for fall. And sometimes I just have to put my big girl pants on and take out plants that are still looking good, and just know that I'm going to be thankful because I'm going to appreciate the fall containers, just like I did with the stock tank planters. So I ended up taking those out and cleaning it up. I used my hori knife to kind of take out the roots. I did nick myself a little bit. I'm like such a tiny nick, but I just put a Band-Aid on it. So these guys are all ready to go and ready to be planted up. The wind is definitely starting to pick up a little bit. I wonder if we're going to get more rain. Those look like rain clouds. But anyway, let me get these plants in. So these plants are a little bit different. It's a little bit more sparse than I usually plant my containers. And there's a reason for that. And that is because I want these thuyas to kind of have a break. So last fall, I planted up these containers and they were big and they were beautiful. And the coleus was all the way up to here. And then in the spring, I don't remember what I planted. I think I planted something in the spring. Oh, I planted primrose in the spring. That was kind of low. But then I planted some big, beautiful unplugged white in the summer, and it was consistently about this tall, right? And it was just a lot. It was all over. So I want to give these thuyas a little bit of a break over the winter time to kind of get some fresh air. And I decided only to plant 3 plants this time in the pots because there's not a lot of room. I'm really going to have to take these out and root prune these thuyas just so that I can keep them in these pots for longer, because I really do love them. And these guys, they're not expensive, right? They're not expensive plants. They're pretty easy to get, especially around Christmas time. So I could replace them and plant these out into my garden if I wanted to, but I really would like to get another year out of these, which is just me being lazy. So let me show you what I got for my fall containers for in front of the metal workshop. I got a combination of orange, and for orange I chose Vermillionaire Kufia, which is a beautiful plant. This guy's going to get really, really big, and the hummingbirds are obsessed. And I don't know if you can hear in the background the hummingbirds chirping. They're going to love these guys. I have them in the front, and it'll be nice to have some more in the back. I want a million hummingbirds all around my property. I want it to be a hummingbird haven. So these are going to be perfect for them. Then I did want some coleus because the coleus looked so good last year in these guys. And this is Wicked Witch coleus, which I absolutely love. It is a beautiful, beautiful variety with these lime green margins around the side. And they're like, look at that. It's like, I don't even know how you, it's like curly. How do you even describe this? Toothed? I don't even know how to describe it really, but it's very, very cool. And I thought that that would be really neat to have in here with these guys. And then for another pop of color, I wanted to do the Grape Punch Super Bells. And I ended up planting Super Bells in these containers for fall last year. First, I planted mums, and the mums lasted all of about 1 week because I think we're a little too warm here for mums. But the Super Bells, they literally lasted for so long, absolutely so long. They were so happy. It was so much color. So I definitely wanted to do Super Bells again for my fall planters. So it's kind of a simple combination. I would love to cram in some more plants, but I think this is going to be really good for the thuyas. Give the thuyas a little bit of a break for a couple months, and I'm going to add some more fresh soil around here, and I'm going to put some starter fertilizer, that bag over there as well. So just giving them a little bit of a break and seeing if I can get them through another year in these containers. Like, they're so simple. They're so simple compared to what I had before, but I do think it's going to look really good. It kind of cleaned them out a little bit. They got some fresh soil, some fresh fertilizer, and they're going to have a little bit more room to breathe right now. I definitely torture these thuyas. So it's still warm enough, like our high today is 72 degrees. Next week, it's going to get into the low 80s. So it's still warm enough for these annuals to grow for a very, very long time. I think they'll grow, they'll fill in, and they'll be really, really beautiful. And I think oh, yes. Okay. Yes, I know you want to play. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. So I think that they are going to look really, really good for fall, and I'm happy that I did it. Okay, you guys, so that is going to be it for me and Monty today. This guy is begging me to go throw the ball for him a couple times. I got to wear him out a little bit. So hopefully you all have gotten your fall containers planted as well. I have one more set of containers I want to plant, but I need Jason's help with that. Jason's muscle with that. So hopefully that'll get done tomorrow. Okay, yes. I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a chance to get in your garden today.